Good morning again.
Good morning again.
Yeah. Oh,
All right.
okay.
I'll just wait for everyone to arrive.
Yeah, I, I'm not right nowhere yet. Today gonna be very hot too, right?
Yep, it's gonna be
Like a 90 something.
it's gonna be over 90.
Ooh, I get out like a humidity yesterday.
It was very hot yesterday,
Yeah.
and it'll be the same today.
Mm-hmm. July, August, 2 more months, right?
Let's see.
Morning.
Morning.
Good mornings. So yeah,
Hi, how are you?
good over you.
Good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Just looking at
News?
yeah,
Get the news. I
I'm just
need
seeing
to see the news.
I'm just seeing out what's out there. Nothing big today. Though it is 10. I don't know if the Supreme Court did anything. Let's see what's happening there. I don't know if today's the day they release stuff. But it's like today and tomorrow? Oh, yes, there are actually 3 cases today.
Oh,
Okay. Oh, and Thursday will be the last day of the Supreme Court releases. So there's 2 left. I'm not sure what the last 2 are. Americans and Brnovich. I'm not sure what those 2 cases are. But let's see, Penny's Pipeline versus New Jersey. Yeah, the ones today are not big ones. Nothing changing the rules, basically. Trying to see if what the last opinion's going to be. Court should be in person on Sunday. Oh. So they're going to have one more day on Sunday.
mm-hmm.
Wait. All right. Trying to make sense of what's happening with the Supreme Court. Not much, really. So on Supreme Court release days, they do live announcements. So here you could see people talking live. And it says
Opinion.
So you can see it just updated as I shared. And here's the question, what exactly is the release? I don't see it under my press releases. So it's like, people are talking about what's coming. they're saying, let's see. Last year we were during the pandemic. So I guess these are the two last ones. Americans for Prosperity and Brnovich.
Mhm.
I'm very curious what our last two cases are. So if we go to October term, so if we go to October term 2020, this is the term we're currently in. And it looks like decided, finished. All right, there's not much left. So you can see there's actually a lot that they listened to. Brnovich versus Democratic National Committee. Arizona Republican Party versus Democratic National Committee. And let's see if there's any others. Thomas More versus Bonta. So this is going to be, should charities disclose who is giving them money? This one, Americans for Prosperity versus Bonta. So I guess those are connected. It's called for. Okay, so yes, this will be the same issue. So it's, can the government force nonprofits or charities to disclose who are the major donors? Basically saying, should, and usually when they say charities, they usually mean like political committees who donate. Like, for example, there was a, oh, here we go, 5 to be decided. So basically this is asking, should groups that help politicians disclose who is paying for them? It's going to be an interesting one. Let's see, decided. Trying to see what's left. Department of Justice versus House Committee. Oh, these haven't even been up yet. So we have these 3 that haven't even been heard yet. So we'll see what happens with those. All right, we'll take a quick look at the news. Brnovich, this was whether Arizona's out of precinct policy, which does not count provisional ballots cast in person, violates Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act. I'm not really sure what that means. So when that one comes out, we'll have to take a look. And then finally, I'm not really sure about this one, but it has to do with voting rights. So, all right. So as you can see, there's no big news today because they're already talking about 2024's presidential election. When they talk about presidential elections for elections that are still 3 years away, it usually means there's no news. All right. So with that Miami condo collapse, the death toll is now from 9 to 11. So they found 2 more people.
Alive or dead?
That's 150 still missing. That's a lot.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So, Nancy Pelosi unveils legislation creating a select committee. So they want to research the Capitol riot to see what happened. What they want to find out, I think, is who was involved and what did they do. Not quite the people who were there, but the people who paid for it. Okay. It looks like, oh, this is interesting. So, Pacific Northwest heat wave is buckling roads and melting power cables.
Mm-hmm.
Temperature records are shattering across a region that rarely deals with intense heat. So let's listen to the article.
Listen to some of these numbers. On Sunday, Portland, Oregon recorded 112 degrees,
Whoa.
breaking the all-time temperature record of 108.
Wow.
Set the day before. For Seattle, it reached 104 degrees, an all-time record for a city known more for rain. Seattle experienced 2 consecutive days of triple-digit temperatures for the first time since record began in 1894. There's an excessive heat warning for almost all of Washington and Oregon and regions of California, Idaho, Montana, and Nevada. It's expected to be even hotter today before finally cooling off a little bit tomorrow. Cooling off may mean the 90s, but, you know, we'll take what we can get. And yeah, big help to athletes in the U.S. track and field Olympic trials who already had to compete in these scorching temperatures yesterday. The trials in Eugene, Oregon were paused because of the extreme heat. Fans were told to leave the stadium in the afternoon. It was postponed for 5 hours and resumed late at night to avoid the sun. It was the 10th and final day of the trials.
So, a blistering heat wave is scorching the Pacific Northwest this week, shattering temperature records and damaging infrastructure. Oh, see, there's that word we learned yesterday. Across a region usually known for its mild climate. Portland, Oregon's most popular city, broke its heat record of 108 degrees on Sunday when the temperature topped out at 112 and may hit 115 degrees on Monday. So yesterday was very, very hot. Salem, the state's capital, broke its heat record 2 days in a row with temperature hitting 113 degrees on Sunday and 114 on Monday. I cannot remember the last time we've had over 100 degrees in Connecticut. It's been quite a long time ago. Temperatures were slightly lower in Washington, partly due to a marine layer moving in off the coast. Still, Seattle on Monday marked the first time on record it has had 3 consecutive days of triple-digit weather. The heat wave has brought some unusual problems to the region, where temperatures are typically low enough year-round that many people don't have air conditioning in their homes. So this is in an area of the country where people don't have air conditioners.
You don't have no hot.
So because it's so hot,
Yeah, it's so hot.
I can't imagine what it'd be like to be in a home with no air conditioner. That's crazy.
Terrible.
Seattle.
The Seattle streetcar, which serves downtown Seattle, shut down service Sunday and plans to stay closed until Tuesday morning. The service posted a picture of a melted power cable to explain.
Oh,
so you could see
for the hot weather, right? It's set down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Wow.
very hot. They melt the cable.
It usually, like in places like Arizona, it gets that hot normally, so they're used to it down there. But Washington and Oregon is not known for being hot at all.
But it's now hot.
Now it's very hot, and they're probably wondering what to do. So the city's max light rail service shut down too, explaining that high temperatures were straining the power grid and the overhead wires that power its trains. Communities affected by the heat wave are also dealing with roadways buckling from the heat, making them unsafe to travel on. So you can see here,
The crack, crack.
not just
Ooh.
crack, well,
It's not the crack. Seem like see the light crack.
not just a crack, but
Oh,
you
sing
can
like a hole.
no, it's rising up.
Oh, like ooh.
It's like it's like cake in the oven. It's rising.
Oh, rising and foop down. Oh, rising up. Oh.
And then here is another picture of the same thing, so you can see how it's gone up. So it's like a speed bump.
Oh.
I don't think I remember ever seeing that here. A section of pavement has come loose on northbound I-405 in I-5 in Tukwila. The southbound I-405 ramp to northbound I-5 is closed. So, oh, that's just a picture of. So I guess, oh wow, look at that.
Mm-mm.
So you could see, here's more. So they're trying to fix it.
They try to fix it.
The city's trying to fix the roads. So
Mhm.
it's very strange.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
in Seattle, only 44% of homes have a air conditioner because
Wow.
it just never gets hot in Seattle.
Because never get hot, they don't do.
It's let's see if there's anything new. So here again.
Wow. And the 12.
Wow, 104.
Yeah. So if we go to weather.com, we could take a look at how hot it is right now. Oh, perfect. Right there. The first thing we see.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's wait for the video to load. Here we go. So this is not just Pacific Northwest, it's also Canada. So in Vancouver,
the historic heat in the Northwest will gradually start to ease as we get into the middle of the week, especially for Seattle
look
and
at that
Portland that has
purple.
been shattering all-time record highs. It's still going to be hot today, though. There's a look at the heat alerts, and once again, we could be looking at all-time record highs across the state of Washington.
So that's almost the entire week since
So
I think
hot.
they said it started on Sunday. So that's 6 days of that hot temperature.
Mm-mm-mm.
It's pretty crazy.
Wow, I know.
And then here you could see what the record high temperatures are.
Yeah,
So
110,
110, and here it's going to be 5 degrees higher.
Oh.
Similar in Omaha.
Tuesday. Omaha.
In Spokane, it's going to be 2 degrees hotter than the record. So, and we're having our own heat wave right now. I don't think it's going to get that hot. Let's see. Oh, here we go. All-time record high. So it looks like, yep, the previous records for the hottest days ever are now today for most places. So it's a little concerning how hot it is.
Why you think the weather is changes so much?
It's well, here we've actually had the opposite. We've had a cool summer until pretty much this week. Like it's actually pretty cool outside. On Saturday when we had a birthday party for my family.
Mhm.
But up here where it's normally not, that has to be because of what climate change. Because up here is
Mhm.
normally pretty nice weather. Like you'd probably want to live there. It's so nice. So let's also take a look.
Brian, also next week is the last week.
Yes, this year we only have 4 weeks in the summer.
Okay. No more? Nothing?
No more after next week until
You want more, Sonia?
I want.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't know.
Well, especially this room, very, very hot.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
gonna
get
be.
that.
Let's take a look at local news before we move on. Just because
That's okay.
we haven't looked at local news, we usually look at national. So our severe heat today. Let's take a look at what we're gonna deal with. Of course, we're nothing like Washington, who's in the triple digits. But
hey everybody, it's great to be back, and I wish I had some nicer news for you. It's going to be tough outside today. If you're an outside worker, you
no, outside work is hot.
WTNH always
definitely need to bring a water bottle. Play it safe today. We have issues with
hot.
heat
90,
advisory across the state.
98.
Have
So where I live, I'm in the 92 area. Where you live, you're in the 98 area. Because I'm by the shore. You guys are in Meriden.
98, right?
Oh yes, you're gonna have a hot day.
air quality alerts for lower air quality. It's going to be rough outside. The heat index 95 to 110 degrees. That is
All right, so heat index. I'll just quickly explain that. So the heat index is it's actually something I only see here in the States. I'd never saw it in Japan. They never talked about heat index. But it's
in Japan not hot.
Oh no, it's hot. Oh, it's very hot in Japan.
Oh.
So the heat index is the temperature and humidity. So what that means is humidity makes it feel hotter than it is. So what the heat index says is it's 92 degrees, but it might feel like 100 degrees. And what they said on WTNH was it's gonna feel like it's gonna feel like almost 110 degrees today. So it's gonna feel very, very hot outside. Even though the temperature is not that hot. This is an issue of places that are humid. So like the Northeast is a humid place. The Northeast is a humid place, but if you go to Arizona, it's not humid. So 110 degrees in Arizona will not feel as bad as 110 degrees in Connecticut. So it's a difference. Okay, so let's go into our
Ooh,
lesson.
hurt.
Oh, I gotta open it from here. All right.
Like a cupcake.
It's a mushroom. It's a mushroom cake.
Well, yeah.
All right. So
So sharp.
let's zoom in. So we're gonna start with reviewing the grammar again.
Yeah.
So repeat after me.
It's a
Active.
hard.
They should
They-
solve the problem.
They should solve problem.
The problem should be solved.
The problem should be solved.
Okay. Present. The plans must be approved.
The plan must be approved.
The research might be done next month.
The research might be done next month.
Good. The report won't be seen by the public.
The report won't be seen by the public.
Good. And then we do the past. The money may have been taken.
The
Money may have been taken.
She should not have told the news.
She should not have been told the news. Ooh.
Good. Next. The monkey can be trained.
The monkey can be trained.
Good. The elephant couldn't be moved.
The elephant couldn't be moved.
The work is going to be completed soon.
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 The project has to be done now.
The project has to be done now.
All right. So we're going to continue on with part A. There's two parts, but it's on two different pages. So we'll start with the 5 sentences here. What you're going to do is complete the words, the questions with the correct passive forms of the verbs here. So let's look at the example. Repeat after me. How many sharks are killed every year?
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 Good. So we got 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll give you about 5 minutes to create the sentences. Look at the example for guidance on how to write the sentences. Okay, about 3 more minutes. Okay, 2 minutes. Okay, about 1 more minute. All right. Number 2. How many people buy sharks eat every year? How many?
people are attacked?
Good.
Attacked.
Are attacked.
Attack.
ED at the end.
Very good.
I know this one.
Okay, number 3. When the megamouth shark discover?
The mega
When-
shark.
When
This
he discovered.
recovered.
No, because this. I don't know whether
When
had to
he
be
the
had to be
When
discovered.
he
So,
the
remember-
Magamaspa discover.
It's probably going to be past tense.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
when
was
was
when was
When
Yeah.
the
the
megamouth
mega mouth
Discover.
shark
Mecamo shark.
discovered? Good. Number 4, how many shark species threatened by human activity?
How many shark
Shark
species
species
B.
are
are
Three.
threatened by human activity.
Are threatened.
Threatened.
threatened?
Threatened.
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 Good. Which part of a shark for food?
Which
Is sold for food.
Very good.
Shark.
Is sold for food. Very good. So now we'll continue with the last 3. So I'll give you about 3 minutes to complete these.
Six, seven, eight.
Yep, 6, 7, 8. Two minutes. All right. Where shark fin soup eat the most?
Where
Mm-hmm.
Where
Eat.
is shark fin soup
is in
eaten?
Where is the shark?
Shark
Eat the
fin
most.
soup eaten.
Eaten the most.
Eaten the soup. Eat
Good.
là
When
where is
good. When served.
served.
it
Served. So when
When is
when it was
Shark
when it the
Shark
shark
fin
wow,
soup.
fin
Serve.
be fin
soup
soup
serve.
serve.
Good.
Ooh,
Okay, last one. How can sharks protect?
how shark
How can
can
How can
can the
be
shark
right?
can be can no
let's listen to Yen. How can
how can
Shark be protected?
very good. How can
shark
sharks
be
be
protected right?
protected?
Oh,
Okay. So what you're going to do now is you're actually going
how's
to answer the 8 questions. How many
Ooh.
sharks are killed every year? How many people are attacked? All of the answers are right here in part B. So number 1, how many sharks are killed every year is answered 60 million.
Wow, so
So
many.
what you'll do is you will go through and answer the ones that are easiest to answer. And then when you eliminate each answer, you'll be able to answer all of them. So there's 7 questions to answer. I'll give you about 6 minutes to write the answer next to the questions, and then we'll go over them.
I think I don't understand what you want.
So all the questions we just made, how many sharks are killed, how many people are attacked by sharks every year, the answers to those questions are in part B. So you're going to match the answer with the question. So number 1 was how many sharks are killed every year? And you'll put next to it the answer, which is 60 million. And then you'll go through and answer the rest of the questions. And it'll be easy once you answer the easy ones first, and then what's left over, you should be able to answer the rest. Okay, about 3 more minutes. Okay, about 2 more minutes. All right. So let's go through number 2. How many people are attacked by sharks every year?
More than 100?
More than 100.
Okay. So the answer is actually fewer than 100.
Few 100.
So
What
not
few
many,
100?
not
They
many,
say over
are-
100. Few 100.
not many people are actually attacked by sharks every year.
A few than 100, what do you mean? A few than 100. Less
So-
than 100, right?
Less than 100.
Oh.
Number 3. When was the mega mouth shark discovered?
1976.
1976.
1976. Number 4. How many shark species are threatened by human activity?
More than 100.
Very good. So here would be the more than 100. And number 5. Which part of a shark is sold for food?
The feet.
Feet.
The fins.
What the fin mean? The fin.
Good. Number 6. Where is shark fin soup eaten?
In
Asia?
No.
Asia.
In Asia.
Asia.
Asia. Mostly in China.
They eat the shark.
Shark fin soup. When
Mm.
is shark fin soup served?
As wedding.
At weddings. And how can sharks be protected?
Stop hunting them.
Hunting them. Something.
Stop hunting them. Very good.
Mm.
All right. So we're going to look at a map of, let's see, 243. Let me zoom out and make this bigger. And zoom out a little more. And I think you could see the whole map now. I think. So this is Madagascar. You can see Madagascar is located off the coast of Africa. Here. It's that big island next to Africa.
Oh.
So looking at Madagascar, we can look at what kind of land it has. So in the map, where you see green, a dark green, it's a rainforest. Where you see the yellow, it's a rainforest in bad condition because trees are being cut down. Where you see the light green, so down here, over here, that is other types of forests. And the red area, so you see the red lined area, is area where endangered animals live. And then the area with a little box, which is here, here, over here. Let me highlight it pink so you can see it. So here, here.
I can't see.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see. Let me draw it with,
No see at all.
let's make it bright red. So this area, this area, this area, they're very small. This area, up here, this area,
Okay.
here. So you can see there's actually not that many spaces that are to protect animals. And I think, oh, there's a few more up here at the top of the island.
The
There's a big
island or
one.
something too small.
It's actually quite large. So let's go over the animals that are currently endangered. So repeat after me. The Grandidier baobab.
The Grandidier
Grandidier baobab.
Baobab.
Grandidier baobab.
Grandidier baobab. In the tree?
It's a tree.
No, your name is a hard.
Silky sifaka.
Silky sifaka.
Good. Lesser chameleon.
Lesser chameleon. Chameleon.
Chameleon.
Chameleon.
Long-tailed ground roller.
Long-tailed ground roller.
Long-tailed ground roller.
Long-tailed ground roller. It's a bird.
And the harlequin mantella frog.
Harlequin mantella frog.
Other
The name.
A harlequin mantella frog.
Harlequin mantella frog.
Good. So I think I'm going to have to pull up the book this way because it will be very hard to see.
Real hard, not very hard. Real hard. Can pronounce it. Oh, it's a hard room. This room.
Should be.
Probably hard for me. Not yet.
Okay. So here is the activity. Let's go to the next page. Oh, it doesn't actually.
Actually,
It skips that page in the online version, it seems. Just a second. On 243, so it goes from 243 to 244. It doesn't actually give us the page before it. Well, that's not helpful.
let's see, too small.
All right, so I'm trying to get the picture of the map with the questions. So maybe if I... All right, so that doesn't work. So what I'll do is I'll pull this back up.
Yeah, the nice view.
Let me see if I can get it side by side. Hey, just a second. 2-page. Ah, much better. Can you see the questions?
No, too small. I can look too close. They want to speak and writing, right? And write, right?
So
Yeah.
what you're going to do is you're going to write the sentences about Madagascar using the correct forms of negative or not negative based on the map. That's going to be difficult. So yeah, it looks like we're gonna, I know what I'll do. I'll make this a homework activity. That way you can go back and forth between the map and the questions on your computer without doing it on Zoom. So we'll just do it as homework. So I'll give that tomorrow, today.
No, tomorrow.
So
the part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4.
So we're actually going to go to the book version and present. And let me zoom in. There we go. So you're going to listen to the story from... Oh, perfect. All right. You will hear a tour guide talk about a cruise in Antarctica. Listen to each part of his story, then choose the correct sentence for each item. So let's listen.
Unit 9, Lesson 1, page 244, 10A and 10B. Part 1.
One night last November, a cruise ship called the MS Explorer was sailing to Antarctica. Suddenly, it hit an iceberg. Bang! All the alarms went off. Frightened passengers ran out of their cabins. Everyone on board got into lifeboats and escaped from the ship. Fortunately, there were 2 other ships in the area. The next day, they picked up all the passengers from the lifeboats.
Okay.
Maybe again.
Yep. Let me skip.
Last November.
There we go.
Part 1.
One night last November, a cruise ship called the MS Explorer was sailing to Antarctica. Suddenly, it hit an iceberg. Bang! All the alarms went off. Frightened passengers ran out of their cabins. Everyone on board got into lifeboats and escaped from the ship. Fortunately, there were 2 other ships in the area. The next day, they picked up all the passengers from the lifeboats.
Okay. So which is the correct sentence? The cruise ship rescued the passengers from 2 other ships. The passengers on the MS Explorer were rescued by 2 other ships.
I think it's the second.
Okay. All right, we'll go to the second one now. Let's listen again.
Part 2.
The passengers were very lucky to escape because the ocean near Antarctica is very cold and icy. It's dangerous to sail in these waters, and it's easy to have an accident. In the past, this was not a serious problem because very few ships came to Antarctica. But now, many more ships are coming. Quite a few of them have accidents and sink. Why are all these ships coming to Antarctica? Many of them are cruise ships, and they are bringing tourists. These tourists want to see the penguins on the Antarctic Peninsula. In fact, over 34,000 tourists visit Antarctica every year.
Okay, so we'll listen one more time.
The second again.
Part
Yeah.
2.
The passengers were very lucky to escape because the ocean near Antarctica is very cold and icy. It's dangerous to sail in these waters, and it's easy to have an accident. In the past, this was not a serious problem because very few ships came to Antarctica. But now, many more ships are coming. Quite a few of them have accidents and sink. Why are all these ships coming to Antarctica? Many of them are cruise ships, and they are bringing tourists. These tourists want to see the penguins on the Antarctic Peninsula. In fact, over 34,000 tourists visit Antarctica every year.
Okay, and you said the second one.
I think
Second
so.
one.
Yeah.
Arctic,
I don't know.
Arctic visit by 1,000 of tourists every
All
year.
right.
Yeah.
So let's go
I-
to the next one. And we'll listen twice.
Part 3.
Cruise ships cause problems for the environment. Trash and wastewater from the ships sometimes pollute the sea and the air. Some tourists have walked all over the delicate plants in Antarctica and damaged them. And some people have bothered animals in order to get a perfect photo. For these reasons, many people think that tours to Antarctica should be stopped. If they can't be stopped, they should at least be limited and controlled so that they do not cause more damage.
All right. Some plants have been harmed. Some animals have been bothering people.
The first one? I don't know.
This one similar number one.
Oh, you can listen again. So he said,
Part 3.
Cruise ships cause problems for the environment. Trash and wastewater from the ships sometimes pollute the sea and the air. Some tourists have walked all over the delicate plants in Antarctica and damaged them.
so some tourists have walked all over the plants and damaged them. Damage is the same as harm, so you're right.
They're gonna harm like a number one.
Number one.
It's
And then number 4.
Whew.
Part 4.
The International Association of Antarctica Tour Operators, IAATO, is an organization for tour companies. It has created guidelines to protect the land. For example, tourists must promise to respect the wildlife. Each tour group can include no more than 100 people. There must also be one tour guide for every 20 people. But are these rules effective? The situation in Antarctica has improved, but many people are still worried. Tour companies are not required to join the IAATO. So, some of them do not join, which means that they don't have to follow its guidelines. In fact, some tour companies don't even know what the guidelines are. Work still needs to be done to protect Antarctica.
Okay, one more time.
Part 4.
The International Association of Antarctica Tour Operators, IAATO, is an organization for tour companies. It has created guidelines to protect the land. For example, tourists must promise to respect the wildlife. Each tour group can include no more than 100 people. There must also be one tour guide for every 20 people. But are these rules effective? The situation in Antarctica has improved, but many people are still worried. Tour companies are not required to join the IAATO. So, some of them do not join, which means that they don't have to follow its guidelines. In fact, some tour companies don't even know what the guidelines are. Work still needs to be done to protect Antarctica.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Two.
two tours to Antarctica should be limited and controlled.
Yeah, I think so.
I think, but that one gonna be stopped.
So we checked, and 1, 2, 3, 4, all correct.
Thank
Oh.
Thank goodness.
Thank you, Sonia.
Oh,
So,
confusing sometimes.
I just to guess, seem like the number one and number two.
so there are more questions. So let's zoom in. How do I? All right. So let me do this in a way that makes sense. Okay, a little more. A little more. All right. So there are part 4. There's a few more questions. So we'll listen again. Oh, clicking on that does not help.
Yeah.
So I guess they only want us to do questions 1 through 4. Interesting.
Yeah, listening.
Uh-oh. Now I'm stuck. Here we go. All right. So the other questions were, guidelines have been created to protect Antarctica. The IIAO promised to create guidelines to protect Antarctica. So, were they created or are they promised to be created?
They create already.
Yes,
Not
they created
done.
them. Ooh, that looks funny.
Not.
Let me move this up and let me erase that because that looks funny. I'm going to use my Zoom one. So guidelines have been created.
Have been created by
All right. So
Antarctica.
which of these guidelines, which of these is the guideline? Only 20 people can join each tour group, or 100 people can be included in each tour group?
I think only 20 people can join each tour group.
Very good. Only 20 people can join each tour group. Okay. Number 7. The situation is considered to be better now. B, the situation is not any better now.
Not.
No, not any better now.
Right. Because we still have some problems, which number 8 we get to. Tour companies are required to obey the new rules. Tour companies don't have to obey the new rules.
Yeah, some tour don't.
A or B?
B, I think. Some tour don't.
Very good. So, good job.
They should, but
They should, but they're not
They
required.
should, but they don't do yet, right?
Which means if they're not required, they're not going to do it. All right.
Company don't have to obey the new rule.
So we'll go back. I'll clear. Oop. All right. So what I'd like you to do is read the paragraph about Three Gorges Dam on the Yangtze River in China.
Oh, Yangtze, don't know Yangtze, China.
There are 7 errors with the passives.
This book is really good, huh? But it's
Well,
hard one.
So you'll read the paragraph and then you'll correct the mistakes. There are 7 mistakes after was. So
after was?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, now I can
so I will give you, let's say 10 minutes. Well, I'll say 10 minutes and we'll see how when we all finish. And then just read the paragraph and remember there's 7 errors.
Did you say 7 words something?
7 mistakes.
7 mistakes.
Okay.
No word, only has been.
Doesn't mean 7 words, it means 7 mistakes.
7 mistakes?
Yeah.
How do I know?
Can I show you? Can I tell?
Sure.
The dam was.
Is it past tense? Did they change their mind or do they still think that?
The damn God.
Oh, sorry.
No problem. This is a challenge. I think it's called a challenge activity.
Challenge, I don't know.
So I'll let you keep reading.
It's
It's
don't know.
94.
Mhm. So remember, the errors are only with the passive.
In the past, a lot of coal
Coal.
was.
Good. Very good.
Now then don't generate water. I think need is wrong.
Now need. Let's see. Need. Where's need? There it is. The need for coal has been reduced. Actually,
it could be called it's a head
reduced.
been.
It's actually correct passive.
Why the it's a head some this one is called
So
it's wrong, right? Has been some. Ryan, forget it.
So let's keep
Has
going.
been.
So we have was and then was. Let's take a look here.
Was used for the energy.
Are there?
The was, right? Was.
There was.
Of course.
Where
it.
This means that there is less carbon dioxide in the air. That's correct. Unfortunately, there have also been some negative effects. Many places were flooded because of the dam. Look here. What's the mistake in this sentence?
In head.
They were flowed.
They were. So remember, with passive, it has to have a the second verb has to be past. So the mistake here is it should be flooded. Many places were flooded. Okay, next sentence also has a mistake. Over 1 million people had to being moved.
Had had
Had,
to
Have.
no, had is correct.
Oh.
To,
Have.
had to being moved.
Be.
be moved or being moved.
It had to be
To
moved.
be moved. Had to
Been.
be moved. Oh,
Good.
got 3.
Next,
Also,
Also,
the dam, located
plants and
there are
animals.
many
Many plant species in this region have being harmed by the dam.
have
had
Mhm.
been.
Been,
had
very
been
good. Have been
had
harmed
been who?
by the dam.
Okay.
More could be harm in the future. There's one
More
here.
More
are
Could be
could be
Harmed.
Amit
harmed.
Harmed.
harmed
Harmed
Harm.
in the
in
future.
the future.
The dam has also caused changes to the temperature and increased the amount of pollution in the water. This has been threatened the freshwater fish in the area.
They have
What's the mistake in this sentence? This has been threatened the freshwater fish in the area.
This
It had
So look at the be verb. Is there too many be verbs here?
been
So been, you don't need.
They don't
Has
need,
been.
right? Had
I
to
thought
be.
This has threatened the
Oh, they
freshwater
don't
fish.
need. Oh,
Because has is a be verb, so you don't need to be. Here that would be 3.
Oh, be verb. Detained. Treated.
Oh, I was just hearing So this has threatened the freshwater fish in the area. Changes should been made to improve the situation soon.
Should be.
Good. Should be made.
Should be.
Should be made to improve the situation soon. Authorities have promised to make these changes. So
We have a 7.
Had, right?
we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we actually got all 7 plus our original. So we did it. So what we'll do now is we'll read it together.
Okay, too much.
Repeat after me.
Okay.
Three Gorges Dam.
3 Gorges Dam.
Gorges
Success or failure.
Success or failure. Failure.
Okay. Construction on the Three Gorges Dam on the Yangtze River began in 1994.
Construction on the Three Gorges Dam on the Yangtze River began in 1994.
It was completed in 2012.
It was completed in 2012.
The SAM is considered a great success because it has had some positive effects on the environment.
The dam is considered a great success because it had some positive effect on the environment.
Good. In the past, a lot of coal was used for energy.
In the past, a lot of coal was used for energy.
Good. Now the dam generates water power, and the
Now-
need for coal has been reduced.
Now the dam generates water power and the need for coal had been reduced.
This means that there is less carbon dioxide in the air.
This means that there is less carbon dioxide in the air.
Unfortunately, there have also been some negative effects.
Unfortunately, there have also been some negative effects.
Many places were flooded because of the dam.
Many places were flooded because of the dam.
The dam.
Over 1 million people had to be moved.
Over 1 million people had to be moved.
Also, the dam located in a region with many plants and animals.
Also, the dam located in the region with many plants and animals.
Oh, we actually have to add something here.
Yeah.
We have to add it.
Where it
The dam is
locate
located in a region with many plants and animals.
it always. The dam is located.
Okay, so 8.
Yep. So there's actually there's actually one extra one.
And the dam with many it.
Many plant species in this region have been harmed by the dam.
Many plant species in the region had been harmed by the dam.
Okay. More could be harmed in the future.
More could be harmed in the future.
The dam has also caused changes to the temperature and increased the amount of pollution in the water.
The dam had also caused changes to the temperature and increased the amount of pollution in the water.
This has threatened the freshwater fish in the area.
It has threatened in the freshwater with
fish in the area.
In the area.
Changes should be made to improve the situation soon.
Changes should be made to improve the situation soon.
Authorities have promised to make these changes.
Authorities had to promise to make these changes.
Authorities have promised to make these changes.
To promise to make these changes.
All right. So what I'll do for homework, I'm going to send you the map of Madagascar and the 10 sentences you'll create from that map. So I'll send that probably within the next hour. So that is all for today. I will see everyone tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
I see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.